Carolina Sports. We're here with Oscar De La Hoya. Man, just talk about that main event, man. You guys have had Fulton for both guys. I feel like for a while. This fight's kind of been brewing for a while. I feel like.
No, you know what? It's actually a great matchup. I remember Eric, my president. We were trying to think of who can we match up Fulton with on separate bouts, and who can we match up Beck the Bully with? We're like, wait, let's match them together. Let's make these types of fights. It's sink or swim. It's do or die. It's making a statement. I mean, this is what boxing is all about. Look, we had an experience where fighters get paid all these millions of dollars and they don't put on a show, right? Tomorrow night, they're not gonna make the millions and millions of dollars. They're gonna get paid, nicely, handsomely, but the show they're gonna put on tomorrow night is gonna be the best show ever. You watch. It's a pay-per-view type caliber card from top to bottom with Caden, with Joshua, the best heavyweight in boxing today, the best prospect heavyweight. You got Pacheco, who's incredible in the heavyweight division, just lost 15 pounds, is going to be faster and stronger. So I'm excited about this card. It's Eric Priest, who's going to shine. He says, hey, I'm stealing the show. So every single fighter is in tough. Every single fighter knows they have to make a statement.
You alluded to fighters getting paid a lot and maybe not putting on a great performance. Obviously, that ring card in New York.
I'm pissed. As a fighter, as a promoter, come on, guys. Let's go. Let's make a statement. Let's fight. You got the fights on Saturday night. Kudos to Charlo and to Plant. But come on, guys. Let's put on a show. Let's show the world, the sporting world, everyone around the globe, that boxing is the best sport ever, and it starts inside the ring.
Ryan has surgery recently. Ryan had surgery recently. Just what could you tell us about that?
Yeah, I know that his hand is great. It was a successful surgery, and Ryan obviously will speak his own mind when he's ready. But I know it was successful. He's going to be back better, stronger than ever, physically, mentally, emotionally, everything. Look, he's been through a lot. Ryan has been through so much. People do not understand. Only maybe bystanders understand who have been through, similar, situations like Ryan, the mental health issues, this, that. And obviously I know exactly what he's going through. Trust me, he will be back.
Hey, Oscar, one, good to see you. Two,
good to see you, bro.
Yeah. Hey, so what happened exactly with Ryan's injury? Like, do you know any info if he was already injured before, or if it happened during the fight?
Well, he did after the fight. He did, because I met him at my office in LA a few weeks after the fight, and he did tell me, "Look, Oscar, you have no idea the things I went through. Okay, the things I went through before the fight with my shoulder, with my hand." He was about to cancel the fight because, mentally it was like too much. It was just overwhelming for him of everything he had to go. You think about it, right? He's being scrutinized by all these people, because he knocked out Devin Haney. He's banned for a year. The New York State Athletic Commission, put down the law on him, and so you can imagine all the pressure. Aside from the celebrity outside of the sport, the everyday person he is, his kids, the family, it's a lot for a kid who's trying to handle being a world champion one day. It's a lot. I know this for a fact. So the fact that nothing was lost, I think that, look, he had a tough fight against Rollies. He got dropped. He didn't look good at all. But he knows that, and it's back to the drawing board, and I believe in him, and 1,000% he's going to come back and be better than ever.
Was there a rematch clause, and are you guys going to go for the rematch against Rolly? Because I know Rolly mentioned maybe fighting Pacquiao.
I know Teo is...
Oh, look. Teo. Teo's going to get...
What's up, brother?
How you doing?
How did you get fired?
Oh, no.
Yeah, they said how I get fired on my day off.
How in the hell did you get fired, man? You do your job so well.
I know. But then,
Jesus.
But then, it's the fingers, man. It's the fingers at the same time.
I
What's on
mean,
the show?
well, look. I was actually saying. I was actually saying. In New York, this is the only man that put on a show.
Yeah.
The only one that turned out and put on a show. You know, getting paid millions of dollars. I'm telling fighters this and the fans, like, you got to put on a show. This is the only man right now in boxing who's putting on a show outside the ring and inside the ring. That's it. That's the bottom line.
And I got fired.
He got fired for it. I mean, come on.
Well, we're talking about future matchups. So do you think him and Ryan and Teo is one you're looking for?
There's a round robin with all these guys, man. Look, one thing about Teo is that he's willing to fight anybody, you know? If it all makes sense, if it's all right, perfect, you know?
Well, like you.
Yeah, exactly.
That's how you were.
Exactly. I was just talking about Teo and the card in New York, and yeah, I'm speaking the facts here that he's the only one that put on the show. But everybody at 140, everybody at 147, that's the one thing about Teo, they will fight.
Was there a rematch?
You learn from the best, watching the best, and Oscar De La Hoya is a true example of that for young fighters like myself. I wrote a story and everything. Who was my favorite fighter growing up at the third grade? And when I was in the third grade, I had a whole poster and everything. So you just gotta follow the footsteps of the ones that paved the way, and I'm just trying to do that.
Yeah,
trying to do that. So
well, you're doing a great job, brother.
I'm gonna let you do your thing, champ. All right. Thank you very much as well.
Thank you. We'll see you tomorrow.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
I got a question for you. How do you feel your life is going right now? I mean, you're like, it feels like you're still in your prime, you know? How do you stay young?
A lot of lasers, a lot of doctors, you know. I'm actually going under again.
Oh, shit.
Just to tighten up a few things, you know, a little loose ends, you know.
Yeah.
But no, you know what? It's also what I've learned. Lifestyle. It's also, you know, everything's balanced now. You know, everything is great. Everything is beautiful. You know, emotionally, mentally, physically. It's like I'm just balancing everything out. I have a beautiful, you know, partner that keeps me sharp. You know, so. I'm grateful. You know, I'm always grateful. I'm always like, you know, I thank you for everything. This sport has given me everything, and I'll never ever forget it. So, and I have to be on point, and I want to be on point because there's a lot to look forward to. There's a lot of fights, a lot of events, a lot of fighters who really excite me now. So yeah, I can't wait. I'm gonna work hard. I'm gonna go out there and just prove to the world that Golden Boy is here to stay.
Oscar, you talk about, you know, just obviously how good you feel. You know, there was a point where you were going to come back against Vitor Belfort.
Yeah.
You know, it fell through because of COVID and stuff. But you know, you were training right at a later age. Just obviously, Manny Pacquiao's coming back at 46. I believe he'd be the oldest champion ever at 46. I believe. I'm not sure.
No,
but,
Bernard Hopkins.
Oh, I'm sorry, you're right, Hopkins. Yeah. But just being an older athlete, training like that, what's the difference between, you know, being a, you know, younger and just what like advice do you give like a Pacquiao to, you know, kind of take on a younger guy?
I first of all, I give all the credit in the world to Pacquiao for doing this against a real fighter. It's a real fight. It's a dangerous fight against a way younger guy. The one thing that I do advise Pacquiao, even though he kicked my ass and beat me and all that good stuff, that's fine. But the advice because I have experience with this, is to make sure you take it easy, because your body is going to want to train like you're 25, right? Your mind is going to want to go full steam ahead, 100%, let's go. But you have to take that rest. You have to let your body talk to you and get that rest. Give that rest to you when it's necessary, because you're going to want to train every single day. You're going to want to, you feel good, you're doing everything great, but you're 46 years old. You have to remember that. So give your body some rest. Rest right now is Manny Pacquiao's friend in between training, in between you know, sparring sessions. There's no shame in taking a day off or two, Manny. Trust me. Let your body relax, let your body rest. He'll do fine. He's experienced, he's got obviously the power, because it never leaves you. The speed I'm a little worried about, but I think, look, Barrios is a live dog. He's a world champion. And he's no slouch, so I think it's going to be a good fight. I wish Manny all the best. I'm not sure who's going to win. I really haven't seen Barrios, but I think Barrios, I mean, the youth is obviously you know, with him in his corner.
Oscar, your just reaction to Munguia, the failing the VADA test. I don't know if you heard or not, but he failed a test for testosterone. For the rematch.
I literally just heard about it right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's shocking. It's just shocking. I can't really comment on it, but yeah, it's pretty shocking.
All right, thank
And
you guys.
you know that camp now has 4 fighters that have tested positive. Like, I don't know, what's just your perspective on that?
Well, I mean, my perspective is who's their trainer? I mean, if there's 4 fighters who are testing positive for whatever drug, well, who's the trainer? Because the trainer should oversee that. The trainer should overlook that. You know, whether they have a nutritionist, whether they have a doctor, but the trainer is in charge. So I don't know. Maybe you should talk to him.
Thank you.
Thank you.